Hello from Canada, everybody. It has been a long time coming. Let me know how you guys are doing tonight or this morning, this afternoon, depending on where you're from. Let me know if you can see me okay, if you can hear me okay. I'm hoping that my plan with Belle will have a fairly good connection. So far, so good. I see Catalin is here, Alan K, Shiva Balin, Mados, John. Thank you all so much for coming out. We got Jose from Peru, Alejandro, Jim Ross, as always, thanks so much for coming out. Even though it looks like a dreary day, we got a walk and talk with Alina, whose smile can brighten up the dreariest day or the darkest night. Thanks so much, Jim. I appreciate that, because unfortunately, it is a little bit dreary. Not bad. It was actually worse about an hour ago, so I was really worried that it was just going to start raining out of nowhere and the wind was really bad. But thankfully, it has kind of calmed down and it's just overcast. So I'm hoping that it will not rain. That's kind of the main thing that would stop our walk tonight. So hopefully it will be all right. I don't know if any of you guys follow the news. I assume quite a few of you are probably in North America, but you know how terrible these wildfires have been in Canada, this whole past month. There were wildfires when I first got to Calgary, basically about a month ago, and then I think it was in the Maritimes that they had some terrible ones happening, and now it's in Quebec area, and then all the smoke spills over to the States. So definitely, my heart and condolences go out to anybody who is really personally affected by them. Obviously, we've just kind of gotten smoke here in Calgary and the smog, but it has really been going on for so long now, and it's just the start of the year. So absolutely crazy that it's coming this early time of year. Global warming everywhere, I guess. Hello to Harriet, Jim, and Yuki, as always. Thanks for coming out, guys. Hello to Costa. Thank you for coming out. Irvin and David, hello. So nice to have the regulars here. Really appreciate it. Let's see here. Max, thanks for coming out. Susan from Holtwood, PA. Is that Pennsylvania? We had a tornado warning today here in Lancaster County. Oh, geez. That's scary. Hope you guys are all right. I got Kim from Idaho, Jalen from Jakarta, Joe from Ecuador. Man, it's an international group. Amazing. Alan K, thank you so much for the super chat. Get a Timmy's after all that time away. Thank you, Alan. I will. I think they actually have a new drink. Did they have the roasted hazelnut cold brew about a year ago? That's new to me, but maybe they've always had it and I just didn't know. But I did try it recently when I got back and it was actually pretty good. So thank you for that. I will get a Timmy's. SFC Paul Fowl, thank you so much for the super chat. Alina, my friend, welcome home back to Canada. Hope you will be able to relax next couple of months. Thank you so much, Paul. Yeah, it's good to be back. And I have technically been back for a year. Like, obviously my videos are basically a month behind, but I am, slowly getting caught up. So it has been great to be back. It's been so nice to spend all this time with my mom, and it's just been nice to not be moving all the time. Obviously, you guys know that I love my job. I love to travel, but it's a lot, to do it full time, week after week, month after month, to just learn so many new locations all the time. It is, really overwhelming. So it's nice to just be in a place that I more or less know how to get around. There's no language barrier, everything's easy peasy. So it's been great to be back in that way. Thank you so much to Lisa. Marcello, thank you so much. All right, guys. Oh, Harriet, Jim, and Yuki, thank you so much for the super chat. Get yourself a drink. I will. Thank you, guys. I actually was just having a coffee because one thing that I need to let you guys know is that I am going off of 3 hours of sleep right now. I don't know why. I got to bed at 10:30, 11 last night. I felt fine. And then I wake up at like 1:30 or something like that, thinking, oh, I just need a drink and then I'll go straight back to bed. Did not fall back asleep, just laid there for 4 or 5 hours before I finally ended up getting up. And so, yeah, I am going off of 3 hours of sleep right now. I've had 4 coffees today, so let's do this thing. I am excited to be here because the neighborhood that we are starting our tour in here in Calgary is the oldest neighborhood in the city. It is called Inglewood, and it was established in 1875. It is kind of in the more eastern part of the city, and even though I have been here before, I don't think I've ever filmed anything about it. Like, I've never done a live stream here. I've never put any part of this area in a video, so I'm really excited to show you guys around because it does have this really lovely charm to it. So let's get things started here. I'm gonna flip the camera and just show you guys where I'm sitting. Nothing too special just yet. This is just what the regular streets of North America look like. Cities that are made for cars, unfortunately, but it does get better, so let's get to it. We're just gonna cross the street here. Yeah, so as I was saying, Inglewood is the oldest neighborhood in Calgary, and it is fairly close to downtown. And by fairly close, I mean about a half-hour walk. That is close for Calgary because most people drive. Luckily, the buses around these parts are actually not too bad. I'm kind of starting to learn my way around the public transport system here in Calgary, but as you can kind of see, most people get around by their own car here. So see here. Just trying to read your comments here, guys. Oh yeah, and I think there is an Inglewood in California as well. Because whenever you Google Inglewood, stuff from California comes up, but there's also an Inglewood here in Alberta. A gun shop. Welcome to North America. Aw, thank you guys so much for your kind messages, and thank you for all the welcome back. This shop is supposed to be super good. It's called the Silk Road Spice Merchant. Lots of different spices from all around the world. And so see, what's great about this area is that it is more or less all local businesses, not so much chains or, the big guys like Walmart or something. A lot of local businesses, and quite a few of the buildings are also, original stone, brick sort of buildings, heritage buildings. So that's the other thing that makes this area really special. John says Calgary is insanely spread out. Was there for a week, drove 1,000 kilometers. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like, I do like Calgary, and I like that it has these more compact sort of neighborhoods in certain parts of the city, but more or less it is such a spread out city that it takes a really long time to get from, let's say, the northwest corner to the southeast corner, depending on traffic as well. So it's not my style of city, as you guys can probably guess, but there are certain things about it that I really do like, such as the beautiful, really large parks that they have in the middle of the city. Some of them you almost feel like you are out in nature and not in a big city. And I do like these more like local unique neighborhoods that they have. So while it's not my favorite city, it is a great city. So just depends what you're looking for. And question, have any of you guys been to Inglewood before? Let me know in the comments. Jenway asks, how far of a drive is Banff from Calgary? Good question. So I assume most of you probably know that Banff is one of the most, beautiful national parks in all of Canada. So from Calgary, it's only about an hour and a half drive kind of to the welcome gate of Banff National Park, because obviously the park is huge. There's a lot of different places to see, so it depends where you're going, but more or less I'd say an hour and a half. So very close. Yes. Kostov says, North America, what a contrast. No crowd, less people outdoors. Yeah, I mean, this is no Tokyo. There's some differences. I think I just read a headline that Canada just hit 40 million people, as in the population of the whole country. So, that's basically a little more than metro area Tokyo. One city is the size of the second largest country in the world. It is pretty wild. So, of course, we don't have the population, but I'd say if the weather was better, you definitely see more people out on the street, because it is patio season. Like, all the restaurants have, their patios all set up, but it does feel like it could rain at any second. So that's why I think people are, playing it safe tonight, and it's not really that busy. Though we will be going into, the real downtown part. So maybe on Stephen Avenue, there will be more people. Let's see here. Alex Oliveira, please stop spamming the chat asking, are there many Russians living in Canada? Of course there are. Really appreciate if you guys don't keep posting like the same question over and over again. It's not great for having, people see what's going on. Or is that my chat buffering? I keep seeing the same messages over and over again. I apologize if you only posted once, Alex, but I'm getting the same message over and over on my end. Can anybody confirm to me what is going on with the chat? 'Cause I'm having some weird stuff happen here. Well, what the heck? Why am I not getting any new messages? I literally keep seeing Alex's message over and over again, and then I'm seeing Jenway's again. That's very weird. What is going on? Huh. Okay, maybe now it's better. Okay, what is going on? Okay, yeah. Alex, I apologize. On my end, it showed your message literally over and over and over and over again, but I think that was some kind of error going on my end, so I apologize. Now I think my chat is back to normal, but I missed a whole bunch of messages because it was literally just, that message over and over again on my end. I don't know what the heck is going on. Okay, so as I catch up on messages, let me flip the camera here and let's cross the street. Oh, hello to Shannon from New York. Amazing. Thank you so much for coming out, lovely. Oh, guys, this is my street. This is it, McLeod Street, formerly McLeod Street, formerly my street. Still pretty cool though. Let's see here. All right, still catching up on messages here, guys. Oh my gosh, look at that. The pedal tour drinking bus, you see that? I guess that's a way to burn off the calories that you're drinking all at once. Kind of a smart idea. Amazing. Oh, we got somebody here from Thailand. Amazing. Gary Theater. That's pretty cool. I wonder if it's like a movie theater or if it's a live performance theater. I actually don't know. Looks very nice. Here. Oh man. Well, if anybody asked a question that they really want answered, please ask it again, because yeah, I'm having issues going all the way back with messages, so I apologize if I skipped a question or something, but my chat's being a little funky, but I think it's back to normal now. So, and yes, you are correct, Jim Ross. Good old Canadian quality cell service. Still expensive at half the price. Yes. Technically speaking, for Canadian prices, I got quite the deal this time around, if you could even remotely call it a deal. Does anybody want to take a guess at how much money I am paying per month for 25 gigabytes of data, unlimited talk and text? And this is an actual Canadian plan, because luckily, if you do have your own phone, you can go into a contract that you can cancel anytime. I actually didn't know that when I was first coming back to Canada. I thought that if I'm only coming for a month, I could only get prepaid plans, which are ridiculously priced. But then I found out that since I do own my own phone, okay, look at this. Oh my God. That's great. I love Backstreet Boys. They're going pretty fast, actually. It takes some work. I would do that. That looks fun. Yeah, so I'm with Bell, and really have some unique guesses here, guys. We got people at the high end at about like $100, $120, which usually, yeah, it can very well even get that high in Canada. Some people are in dreamland. I'm sorry, Susan, $35. You would get next to nothing in Canada for that, unless you're only in Toronto and get one of the really cheap plans with like no data. That would be fantastic if we could get plans for that cheap, but no such luck. So, big reveal of how much am I paying for 25 gigabytes of data, and this is a deal that's not even open to everybody. I actually got a really nice guy at Bell who helped me get my plan, who right off the bat asked me, do you have your own business? Are you a small business owner? And I was like, yeah, I guess I am. And he's like, oh, well, right now we have a promotion, 25 gigs of data, unlimited talk and text for 65 Canadian dollars. And I was initially going to, shop around, go see what TELUS and, all the other Rogers, whatever, what they have to offer. But I was like, no, I know that's a deal. I know that's a steal of a deal. I will take it right then and there. So that's ridiculous, I know. And I think the best internet that I had in Southeast Asia probably was in Thailand. If you got a deal outside of the airport where you got basically unlimited data, I would easily use like 50 gigabytes a month for about 13, 14 Canadian dollars. Makes you want to cry is what that is. So yep. Canada has some of the most expensive plans in the world. It is insane. Yes. Not as bad as Singapore. I mean, well, actually about probably on par. Singapore was more expensive because I was getting prepaid plans. I think I paid about 50 Canadian dollars for 2 weeks of data, and it wasn't even a lot of data. So yeah, Singapore is just as bad. So yeah, not fun. All right, guys, so we are going to cross here. This is a cool place. On the right here, the Hose and Hound pub. I guess it is a former fire station that they've turned into a pub. That is pretty cool. There's actually the same sort of concept in Saskatoon. Why can't I remember the name of it? But it was also a former fire station that they turned into a pub. So, yeah. Oh, one sec, guys. Oh, thank you so much to Harriet, Jim, and Yuki. Will we see Dad soon on camera? Probably not very soon, because I'm not going to Saskatchewan until the end of July. So by the time those videos come out, it's probably going to be the start of August. But yes, you will definitely see him. We will be doing a live stream from Saskatoon most likely when I'm there at the end of July. So you can stay tuned for that. But for anybody wondering, he is doing well. He is thriving. But also very excited to go back to Southeast Asia. The guy has already booked his ticket. That's how much he enjoyed himself. So I will try my best to join him for a bit this winter. But yeah, I think he's going to be spending probably a good 5-6 months of the dreary Saskatchewan winter in Southeast Asia paradise. You can't blame him, right? What the heck? One sec, guys. My chat's being all weird again. Don't know why it's being so strange today. Kostov asks, how easy is it to get around Calgary from the neighborhood, and are there any public transportation options nearby? Do you mean this neighborhood or any neighborhood in Calgary? Because like this one is near downtown, as I mentioned, so there is a bus, you know, that I think will go right down to the center, but you know, obviously I'm going to walk. But the best transport in Calgary is definitely the C train. It has 2 lines that kind of converge in the downtown part of the city, and that's definitely the most efficient way to get around the city. Usually trains come at least every 10 minutes, even more so, you know, during rush hour. Whereas buses, depending on the route, like even the one that I have to take to my mom's place, when it's not the, you know, popular hours, it comes once every 30 minutes. So if you just miss it, you missed it, and you're gonna sit there for another half hour. So unfortunately, the buses could do with some work here, but at the same time, like, I get it, when almost everyone drives and not many people are taking the buses, it doesn't really make sense to, you know, have them come every 10 minutes when they're most likely going to be empty. So unfortunately, I'm not sure how you kind of fix a car city to be more public transit friendly. If anybody has any suggestions, please post down below. Oh my goodness, Doug Yadden, you never miss. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for the super chat, and I hope you're doing great. Thank you so much for coming out as always. So lovely to have all you guys here. And yes, Robert, I agree. Happy Father's Day coming up to your dad and all the other dads out there. Absolutely. Happy upcoming Father's Day to all the dads out there. Thank you for all your hard work and support. You are treasured. So hope you all have a great Sunday. I'll be giving my dad a call on Sunday, of course. Interesting comments here, guys. All right, let me flip. What in the world is... Oh, Jesus. I thought that those were spikes. They're lights. But I was like looking at it, I'm like, why are there spikes? Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so glad I thought there were spikes, because look what it has led me to. Do you guys see what I see in the distance? Do you see rabbits? Jackrabbits? This is my second time seeing them now. Okay, they're probably gonna run away if I get too close, but I'm trying to zoom in for you guys. This is my first time seeing them downtown. I saw them just a week ago and was like floored. And I actually got up beside one. He wasn't at all scared of me. And now I see these guys. They're pretty cute, right? And they're fast. They run fast. Can't eat them too chewy. No, of course you can't eat them. Okay, let's see if I can get a little bit closer. This guy looks like he's just in his own world. Maybe. Look at those cute ears. Look at that cute rabbit. Rabbits are definitely bigger than bunnies. And look at their cute little white tails. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He's just sitting there. You are so precious. Precious child. Oh, he's so chill. All right, I'm gonna keep approaching just to see. Oh yeah, no, he sees me. But he's probably used to humans. If they're like downtown, I mean, they see humans all the time. Hi. How's it going? I wish I had a snack for you. I wonder what you eat out here. I guess just like grass and different plants. I hope they don't get into the garbage. That'd be bad for them. Aww. Well, guys, that was a treat, wasn't it? Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit, for your kindness to let us have a closer look at you. Much appreciated. We'll leave you alone now. Look at the beautiful mural that they have over here. So nice. Really lovely yoga and Pilates studio over there. That's a really cool place. I was walking by here earlier. I guess it's just called The New. But basically, it's like a secondhand sort of store, but really cool stuff in there. And in general, Inglewood has a lot of like vintage stores, old record stores, you know, a hipster sort of vibe, you could say. So lots of cool local businesses to check out. Jim asks, are you going to keep us in suspense about your plans to roam the wilds of Western Canada? Of course not. I can let you guys know my plans, more or less. So I'm going to be here in Calgary for a few more weeks. I have some friends that are going to be in town that I'm going to be visiting towards the end of the month. And then my friend Lane is driving all the way from Saskatchewan, and her and I are going to do a road trip to just across the border to BC, to Golden, BC, and we're going to use that as a home base to explore Yoho National Park. Because ever since I was randomly looking at places on Google Maps and looked at some of the lakes in Yoho National Park, I was like, I need to go there. This looks incredible. So Lane was ready to jump on that bandwagon as well. So we've got a week planned, up in the mountains. It's going to be amazing. And then after she leaves, I have about 5 days in Calgary before I go to Saskatchewan for a week. And then I come back from Saskatchewan for about 4 or 5 days. And then I'm off to Toronto. So July is going to be a busy month for me. Got a lot of stuff, planned. So I'm kind of just using these weeks in Calgary to spend time with my mom and get caught up on videos, because I've had so much work in the last while. I didn't have any sponsorships for basically the first 3 months of the year. And then this month I have 4. So it's great, it's fantastic, but I just got a lot of deadlines and a lot of work I have to do. So luckily I'm pretty stable here in Calgary to get it all done. Okay guys, I'm gonna turn the camera off of my face and let you have a look at this really cool bridge. And then over here is the river view. So nice. Like, that's one of my favorite things about Calgary, I'd say, is they have all these really lovely like running / biking paths all over the city. They have these big beautiful parks and really nice paved walkways, you know, to really enjoy them if you're a sport person. Thank you so much for the super chat, Kostov. So kind of you as always for coming out and supporting. Thank you so much. Hope you're having I actually don't know what time zone you're in. Great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you. Multi-corker, fellow Canadian, I think. I see a Canadian currency. Thank you so much. Just flew back from Calgary to Toronto on Wednesday. I also stayed in Golden. It's lovely. Did some rafting on the Kicking Horse River with glacier rafting. Shout out to Jake. Amazing. That sounds fabulous. Jesus. These people almost crashed that scooter. Glad they're okay. Thank you so much, Multi-Corker. Very kind of you, and fantastic that you have been making your rounds around Canada as well. There is truly so much beauty here, and the majority of it, the nature. Like, let's be honest, Canadian cities are nice, respectable. You know, the people are great, but it's no Tokyo, you know, it's no Paris. It's nice. It's where the nature is that Canada really shines. So that, I feel, is definitely our biggest attraction. So I will be trying to make full use of that privilege this summer, because there are some great places, especially outside of Calgary. Like, Calgary is really well situated as a city to so many beautiful nature attractions just outside our doorstep. Over here we have a statue of a buffalo. Thought you would like to see it. Very nice. All right, so guys, this is kind of sort of the end of Inglewood. Like, I just gave you a taste today. Maybe I will give you a more in-depth view either in a future video, or maybe I'll do another live stream. But this area is also kind of fairly new to me. I just spent the afternoon walking around here. Actually, it is all primarily down 9th Avenue, so you can't really get lost. But we still, you know, have the rest of downtown to do. So let's head on that way. But would definitely recommend checking out Inglewood if you are in Calgary and are looking for something a little different. Al Bundy asks, are there mosquitoes in Calgary like there is in Saskatchewan? Thankfully, not even remotely as bad. For anybody who has been to Saskatchewan in the summer and primarily near a lake or, you know, any kind of swamp or whatever, like sometimes farmland is near, it is horrendous. It's just like black clouds of mosquitoes, and they will eat you alive even if you are wearing mosquito spray. So no, Calgary's not even remotely on that level, thankfully. Oh, we got Serhi from sunny Regina. Amazing. Let me just check one thing, guys. I think my chat is being weird again. Let's see here. Yep, it was. I missed a whole bunch of messages. That's great. Genway, I'm also curious about Nova Scotia. Well, me too. I mean, I was there for a short sort of weekend visiting a friend once, and we kind of toured around a few different places. But I would love to go to the Maritimes this fall. I think when I am out in Toronto, just depending on how things go, maybe I would actually do probably not too long of a tour, but a little tour of the Maritimes if I can get, you know, a fairly reasonable flight with Flair. I think, you know, Flair is like a budget airline that has pretty reasonable prices from Toronto to like Halifax and Fredericton and stuff. So Yeah, I'd love to go to the Maritimes as well. Let's see here. Downtown Calgary skyline looks great. It is nice, isn't it? I think the best view of the skyline is actually from St. Patrick's Island, which is just over there. I think the last live stream that I did in Calgary, and it was kind of like later in the night one, I gave you guys a view of the skyline from there, and it's so nice. That's my favorite place to watch the sunset in Calgary. Let's see here. Susan says it could be a dead zone that you could be walking through, messing up your super chats. I don't know. I've never had this issue before. I've had many different issues with live streams, but I've never had this particular one where it's still like going. It still shows that I'm live streaming, but the chat is, I don't know, it's just stalled. So I do not know why. It is the issues of YouTube or issues of Bell, both combined, but we're gonna have to make it work. Thank you very much, Jim, for being a great moderator here. Let's see here. Genway asks, Canadian fall probably comes earlier than Midwestern US. I can't say for sure since I haven't really spent a lot of time in anywhere in the US, but maybe some Americans that go in between both countries can comment down below. But in Canada, it depends which province, right? Like, it depends if you're talking about the West Coast, Central Canada, or the East Coast, or, you know, the East Coast. So it all comes at different points of the year, depending on the, you know, temperatures that year. With Saskatchewan, there can be snow on the ground like mid-October, you know, like it's just another day. In Toronto, I've had it that it still felt like summer the first days of November, so you really never know what you're gonna get. Oh, I guess I forgot to mention Fort Calgary. We actually passed the main building already. It was down there. I haven't been to it fully yet myself, but I did read that it's kind of an interesting historical place to visit. Kind of tells you the history of Calgary. So if you are interested in that, that would be a cool place to go to. Thank you very much, Max. I'm glad you're seeing Canada semi firsthand here. So if you come, you kind of know what to expect. That is the nice thing about live streams. They are raw. I mean, I can't edit this for you. You know, anything could happen, both good and bad. Okay, so here's a question. What would you guys prefer? You'll have to comment really quickly. Do you guys want me to go straight and we'll go straight to Stephen Avenue, kind of, you know, heart of downtown? Or should we kind of go to the East Village, which is over here and kind of gives us a view of like St. Patrick's Island and stuff, and we can make our way downtown from here. But going down here will obviously add some extra time to our walk, or we keep going straight down here and we'll pass like Studio Bell and the library. Straight downtown, East Village, East. Oh no, it's really split, isn't it? Okay, I think I'm seeing more go downtown. Let's see. Well, I tell you what, let's go downtown. We'll go down here because I think there's more votes for downtown right now. But depending on how long that takes us, I can end up looping around and we could maybe end up at the East Village at the end of the live stream. How about that? Let's try that. Oh, Indian Mischief wants to see the library building. That is a good idea. I will give you guys a view of that In my opinion, that's one of the best builds that they've done in Calgary in the last few years. Absolutely amazing building, both inside and out. Really lovely. Saddle Dome is a little tricky. I mean, it's not super far, but you know, we can't really go in there right now because they are getting all set up for Stampede. Unfortunately, I didn't think of this. So how I said Lane and I are going to, you know, BC for a week. Somehow we just booked our dates to basically be the exact dates of Stampede, other than the last 2 days. So actually it is not that bad. You know, if I went to Stampede, I probably wouldn't, you know, really go for more than a couple days anyway. So yeah, I think when we get back on the 14th, her and I can maybe go to Stampede on the 15th, and I'll try and shoot some content that day. But yeah, we literally booked the same dates of our trip, are the dates that Stampede is happening. So, you know, I won't be getting the full Stampede experience this year. So it's all right. It's like, I enjoy it, but I wouldn't say that it's something that, you know, I really look forward to, that I really need to go. You know, I have mixed opinions about the ethics of the Stampede. You know, you guys know what I mean. All right. But yeah, this is the East Village. And in my opinion, if I lived in Calgary, this would probably be the area that I would live in. Because see, Inglewood is cool, but it is still like a half-hour walk to downtown, right? East Village is nice because it has the riverfront over there. You know, it's got, yeah, the island right there, and it's much closer to downtown, really within walking distance, and also within about a 5-minute walk of the C train, which is, you know, my preferred way to get around. So if I lived in Calgary, I would probably prefer to live in the East Village. We got a train going here. I don't know what kind of containers those are. They don't look like grain ones. I don't know what it could be. This is Studio Bell. I don't think I've actually ever been inside of it. From my understanding, it is for live music performances, or maybe any kind of live performances. I don't actually know, but the building itself is quite interesting. I'll give you guys a better view once we kind of get past it. It is quite nice. But a lot of the East Village is, you know, newer builds. I think 5-10 years ago, most of these buildings were not up, if I'm not mistaken. So it is a newer area of the city. Aw, I'm having weird issues, but I see that Rahul, that you are doing some moderating, and I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Because yeah, sometimes some people post some inappropriate things and either I miss it or they spam, so thank you so much for taking care of that. Alex says, I don't see any homeless people. That's good. They're definitely here, and I mean, it's obviously sad, depending on the reason that they are in that situation. In all of Canada, I think there has been a pretty big uptick in the levels of poverty and also drug addiction. That is definitely one negative change that I have definitely seen being in, you know, both Quebec and Alberta so far in this past month. I'll actually touch on that in just a second here, but I want to give you guys a view of Studio Bell as we cross the street. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can kind of see it. Really beautiful building. Kind of like a unique walkway, right? Above the top. So if any of you ever get the chance to take in a performance here, I think it would probably be worth it. Looks like a really beautiful place. All right, so I'm not going to go down there, but that's where the Saddle Dome is. I assume you guys can kind of see the almost cowboy hat shaped bottom to the dome. So that's where the Stampede will be taking place. Yeah, so, I mean, since we just started talking about it, and since this live stream is called, you know, First Impressions of Being Back in Canada, let's talk about my first impressions of coming back after, you know, 10 months of travel, almost a whole year of being abroad, primarily in Southeast Asia. So, you know, you get very used to that way of life, seeing motorbikes everywhere, street food, you know, very friendly, you know, people, very safe. And obviously Canada as a whole, I would say, is still a fairly safe and definitely friendly place as well. But for sure, there has been a very negative uptick in poverty because the cost of living has really gone up. Like, I don't know exactly how much. It might depend on the province, but I would say that in the year that I have been gone, if I had to take an estimate, I would say that prices are up at least 20%. Like, for most things, some things more than others, but groceries for sure, rent probably, depending on where. So it's understandable that it would exacerbate problems like, you know, homelessness and drug addiction and all of that even worse. So yeah, Quebec City, I would say, because I was in, like, you know, the nicer touristy part of the city, I didn't really, you know, see a lot of that. But in Montreal, unfortunately, actually, just as I'm talking here, guys, there's some people to my right that kind of look questionable, so I'm gonna try and, you know, not make myself, you know, too obvious walking here, because there's a lot of actually like homeless shelters like just behind me and stuff, so a lot of people, you know, hang out in this area. So yeah, as I was saying, in Montreal, I definitely noticed, you know, poorer conditions than I remember the last time I was there, which was probably 5 years ago. I was in Montreal, and like, we went all over the city. We went to, you know, a lot of the same parts that I went this trip, and I don't know if it's just COVID or what happened, but like a lot more vandalism, like so many businesses shut down, like people just like zombies bent over in the street on I don't even know what kind of drugs, like just scary stuff, you know, really sad stuff. So yeah, Montreal unfortunately was not as good as I remember it was in that regard. Obviously, it's still an amazing city and has so much to offer, but I'm talking about those problems were worse. And then here in Calgary too, for sure, like the downtown, unfortunately, has definitely seen an uptick, I think, in, you know, homelessness and unfortunately crime as well. I'm definitely much more aware of my surroundings, even though I still know that the probability of something, you know, really bad happening is probably low, but I am just much more aware of my surroundings because it seems to be, you know, much more around compared to even just a year ago. And obviously after my Colombia experience, I'm just much more on edge about that sort of thing. So unfortunately, that is the negative part, the negative changes that I've definitely, you know, seen so far being back in Canada. But, you know, at the same time, it is nice to see that businesses are reopening, that, you know, things are going forward after COVID and after things being shut down. There are lots of, you know, cool new places opening up, people coming up with awesome ideas, you know, things are getting better in other ways. So it's not all bad, it's all not all negative. So, you know, it's going to be nice to see so many different parts of Canada while I am here. So I am really looking forward to it. I'm going to flip the camera here. I don't know what's going on. I think there's some kind of protest going on here. I don't even know. Let's take a look. Why don't we? What is going on? leave something alone. I see justice. I don't know. I don't know if actually we could get through here. I was going to come down here to go to Stephen Avenue, but I think we might have to go around. Let's see here. I just want to see what it's about. Weirdos in drag? What? Oh my god, is this like... What in the world? Can anybody tell me what this is about? So this side, I think, is anti-LGBT or anti-drag anyway, from what I can see on the signs. And I think that side is, you know, LGBT and trans-friendly. But what the hell is this? Like, obviously June is Pride Month. Jesus, Canada, really? Leo says there are several anti-LGBTQ protests across the city today. Really? Come on, guys. Like, really? You got nothing better to do? This is ridiculous. Yeah, I don't even know, guys. I don't really want to get caught up in this. I'm just gonna go across the street another way. And then as you can see, this guy over here is on something, so...
They hang up on the phone because they can't.
Shame, Canada. Like, I'm all for people, you know, like, okay, you know, there's certain things that maybe, you know, you don't agree with, you know, that other people choose to do in their lives. But, like, if you have the freedom to live your life however you want, they should have the freedom to live their life however they want. We are all humans at the end of the day. Like, it's not that complex of an issue, really. Let's try and cross the street here. How the hell am I going to get to Stephen Avenue? I guess I can go to the next block because I don't... I mean, this is the LGBT pro side, and I wanted to go through this park. Let me just see. Maybe I can't get through and I have to come back, but that would be the best way to do the route that I had planned. Let's see here. Yeah, see, this is the reality of it, guys. It's like Canada's an amazing country. Overall, it is a very positive, accepting place, but not always. And it's definitely not even close to perfect. And there's a lot of people that disagree on many issues. What the hell? All right, I think I can get through here. Okay, well, that was something. I don't even know. What? Prevent the Great Reset catastrophe. Resist WHO agenda. All right, then. All right. I mean, they have a right to protest, so, I mean, go for it. Indian Mystique says I would be on the next flight back to Singapore. I mean, fair. Singapore obviously has its problems too, but I agree they probably handle them a lot better. I mean, not in all ways, but in some ways definitely better than Canada. So, this is a really lovely part of downtown. This gorgeous pond, and you have all these unique skyscrapers all around. People just chilling. So we are going to make our way to Stephen Avenue. Another thing I haven't done here in Calgary is I know, yeah, this is Alberta Theatre Projects. I actually have some friends who used to perform here. I've never been to a show here. That might be an interesting thing to do sometime. Shannon asks, are those beavers? Where? Oh, maybe. Do you guys think these are beavers, or are these like squirrels or like gophers? I think they're gophers, right? They kind of come out of holes. But that was in here last time I was there. That's kind of cute. I like it. Yeah, gophers, I think. I saw a beaver though the other day. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I was going for a walk in the park near my mom's place, which is more or less like a forest. It's like a forest, and I've never seen a beaver in Alberta. I saw some in Saskatchewan, and like it was, you know, way out in the boonies, kind of in like a lake area. But I saw a beaver, and he was like kind of a big guy, and he was like chewing on some, you know, wood obviously and stuff, and I got to see him swim away. So like right downtown Calgary to see a real beaver, that was very cool. So yeah, I love these statues dedicated to women's suffrage for their rights, because women are persons, FYI. Some people still don't seem to grasp that concept, unfortunately. Whoa, how did I not notice how much they have torn up this building the last time I was here? The J.R. Shaw Center for Arts and Culture. I actually don't even remember if there was something here before, what it looked like. Obviously they're redoing everything right now. But yeah, interesting. Huh. I wonder what it's gonna end up looking like. Really lovely. Somebody's compensating for something, if you know what I mean, with that motor, as they say. Jesper asks, do you like Toronto or Calgary? Well, I mean, I like both, but obviously, if I had to choose and money was no object, I would much prefer to live in Toronto. Instead of Calgary. It's just much more my style, has a lot more going on, is much more walkable if you live downtown, just, you know, more lively, more my speed, more convenient. But where Calgary lacks in that regard, it's better than Toronto for what it has in its backyard. Obviously you can't drive an hour out of Toronto and be in the mountains and like some of the most spectacular nature in Canada. So if you're a big nature person, I would say that Calgary would be the better city to live in, and it's a lower cost of living. But for me, on a whole, I would much prefer to live in Toronto and then come visit my mom in Calgary for the mountains. That's what I would do. See here. So this is the main pedestrian street in Calgary. No, what the hell? So sorry about that, guys. Frickin' A&W tried to connect to my Wi-Fi network and messed everything up. But I think we are back. We are back. Let's see here. Trying to read all your comments. Let me just pause here. Kostov, did you send another super chat? I'm having some weird stuff with messages kind of being all fundled. I don't think that's a word, but the messages are weird. So Kostov, I can't see if that was your older super chat that you sent or if you sent a new one. But thank you very much either way. Some weird stuff happening with my end of the chat tonight, unfortunately. Very weird. See here. Toronto does have the lake, though. That is true. It depends on if you like mountains or lakes more. That is very true. Yeah, if you like lakes, you know, there is obviously Lake Ontario and many other lakes you can go to further up north. So it does have that. Oh, we got somebody here from Tokyo. Thank you so much, Wasi, for coming out. All right, let's keep on going here. We're already an hour in. Oh my goodness. It went by quick here. And this Milestones is huge. I actually never realized how big their patio is. Oh my God, it's enormous. Yeah, there's lots of great patio restaurants here on Stephen Avenue. If you come here during Stampede, this is all packed, usually, if it's good weather, and they put hay bales out. Maybe I'll do a live stream, actually, when I come back from the trip with Lane, if Stampede's still going on, and do a live stream down here. Actually, that would be fun, wouldn't it, if I do a live stream from Stampede? Remind me, guys, if I forget. I think that would be a really fun live stream from Stampede. And then, yeah, down here on Stephen Avenue, they put like hay bales on the street. They really decorate for the occasion. 2 super chats I see here. Genway, thank you so much. Appreciate you so much, Alina, for your travel videos. Well, thank you so much, Genway. I appreciate you coming out and supporting. Thank you. And Jim Ross, as always, thank you. You're going to need a beer after all that aggravation of this live. Yes, I am. So thank you very much, Jim, and thank you for also being a moderator. Really appreciate you guys. All right, we got some country music that's being played. Oh, it's an older guy. Good for him. Very nice. I love when people share their talents with the world. All right, guys, so we are going to keep on heading down the street. Nice evening. It's quite a bit more busier down here, isn't it, than the first part of Stephen Avenue? Well, I guess with those protests, obviously people don't want to drink their beers and relax around that, so can't really hear it down here. It's true, copywritten music is the bane of my existence on live streams. But luckily, if somebody's playing live music, it rarely gets flagged because, you know, it's going to be different than the original. But if a restaurant is playing, like, yeah, radio music, then sometimes that's a problem. Zhenwei asks, what's the temperature currently there? I don't know for sure, but if I had to guess, probably about 19-20 degrees. It's actually pretty good. I was worried before I started the stream that it was actually a little chilly because of the wind, and I thought I'd be really cold doing the walk, but I'm actually all right, so it's not too bad. Just reading your comments here, guys. One sec. Oh, those ladies are dressed to the nines. I say that because people in Alberta don't really dress up. So you stand out if you dress extra nice here. Aw. Thank you so much, Rahul. You are so kind. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for this lovely live stream and for promoting positivity and happiness as always. Thank you so much, Rahul, and thank you again for being a moderator. Really appreciate that, and for always coming out. Thank you so much, and I hope you're having a lovely summer. There is so much to see here in Canada. All right, friends, we still have another block of Stephen Avenue, but what would you guys prefer? That we go to Princess Island Park? Though that is kind of far away. Now that I think about it, we've been live streaming for about an hour. I think we could make it down there in maybe 20 minutes. Would you guys want to see that? Or... I think it might actually be too far to go all the way back to the East Village. Yeah, maybe let's make our way towards there. But if there's anything you guys want to see along the way, just let me know if you know Calgary well. If I'm not mistaken, you're just about to get a view. Oh, no, I am mistaken. Crap. I was going to say the Calgary Tower. I missed it already. It's over there. We'll see it from further back. That's my bad. I missed it. I thought it was on this block, but no. Oops. I think if we stand maybe over here on this corner, we might be far enough back to see it, but I actually don't know. Oh, it's over here. Let's see. 1 second. You'll probably get just a little bit of it, but I mean, you guys have seen the Calgary Tower before. It's, obviously the landmark of Calgary, but let's be honest, it's not like that magical. It's not even that tall. There's other skyscrapers now that are taller than the Calgary Tower, so it's nice, but I'm not going to go a whole block back to give you guys a view of it. Yeah. But yeah, that is almost all of Stephen Avenue. We have one more block, and then we will go towards the river, and I think it's around there that we can end the live stream for tonight. Thank you very much for the super chat to Aldo. Thank you. And if I had to guess, is that Brazilian currency? I think. Thank you. Obrigada. If so. And then is there really weird stuff happening with my comment section here, guys? I can't see for sure when certain super chats got sent in. I don't think I answered this one, right? From Harriet, Jim, and Yuki. Thank you guys again. Any plans to visit the US in the future? I would love to. I really haven't seen that much of the US. But as you guys know, similar to Canada, the US is quite expensive to travel around, right? And so here in Canada, at least, staying with my mom, obviously I pay for, all the groceries and whatever else she needs, but I'm not paying rent, right? So that saves me money. And then in Toronto, I'm getting kind of a longer term place. So while it's still ridiculously expensive, it's not insane. But if I was to travel the States, I think that would be quite a bit above my current budget, you know, and I just want to be smart about that. So I would love to in the future, but I think I would just need to be, you know, either collaborating with hotels more to get me, you know, comped stays or whatever, or I'd have to start making a lot more money. So hopefully someday I will be able to do like a proper US road trip or journey, because, you know, we're neighbors and there's so much to see in the States. So I would definitely love to do that sometime and have plans to. So thank you guys for the super chat. Rahul says you should definitely visit Yellowstone National Park in the US if you get the chance. Yeah, I would love to. I had a friend who just went there recently and she posted photos, you know, unbelievable nature, like spectacular nature. Like the States, you know, is a very, I guess diverse would be the word, you know, country from the north to the south, as Canada is in its own right as well. But I feel the US is even more so, very diverse from state to state. So I would love to do that. Just gonna read your comments here, guys, and give you the views. Yes, I remember Prince Albert at -40 as well. Fun times. Sir Hay says, I'm sure that those couples who walk around holding hands are guys from Ukraine. Could be. There are a lot of Ukrainians here. Just making sure I didn't miss any super chats. Always please let me know, guys. If I miss a super chat, please let me know, because especially today I'm having issues. So if I miss one, just let me know. A lot of cop cars here tonight, isn't it? Don't usually see so many cop cars on Stephen Avenue. Huh. I don't know what that's about. This place, is this new? I feel like the last time I was here in Calgary, either I just didn't take notice of this place, or this is new. I'm saying that wrong. Barbarella. Kind of hard to read the letters, but actually cool looking place. Definitely upscale. Very nice. Let's head on this way towards TD Square in the core, though it is closed right now. It's weird because with downtown, it's really hit or miss depending on the day that you come, because see, tonight's Friday, so people are going to stay out later, and you know, the restaurants and stuff and bars are going to get a lot of business. But I've been here on like Monday or Tuesday nights, and you know, almost all the shops close by 5-6 p.m. and sure, there'll be some people at these bars, but you know, they trickle out a lot sooner, and then downtown just feels dead and almost like, you know, scary because there's not really anybody on the streets. Everything is closed. Yeah, totally a different experience depending on what night of the week it is. Isaac says Barbarella opened in December. Okay, I thought so. I'm like, I don't remember seeing it before. It looks like a nice place. Here we have Bankers Hall. All of these buildings, like some of them are obviously like business buildings, but they are all connected with these like sky bridges, which leads into, I think, yeah, this is like the TD building. And then over there is Holt Renfrew, and you know, it's a big mall all in here. So it's kind of nice. You don't have to go outside if you're staying in between those buildings. I really like that. Joe asks, the downtown is very dangerous. I mean, probably not very dangerous wouldn't be the word. Personally, I wouldn't want to be out here by myself at, let's say, 11 p.m. on a Monday, because as I said, it would probably be like nobody around, and you know, there is a large, you know, homeless population here, and if they're on drugs, you know, you really don't know what they're going to do. So I wouldn't walk around here at those times by myself, but I think more times than not, it's probably not that bad. And walking around here during the day, you know, like overall no issues. So Depends on what your definition of dangerous is and what you're comparing it to. If you're comparing it to Tokyo and Singapore, it is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Got HSBC. We got High Steakhouse. I think let's go down here. We'll make our way towards the river from here. Which street is this? Okay, this is 3rd Street Southwest. Can go down here. Dr. And asks, so you're fine talking to your phone in downtown, like there are people around. Do you ever get looks? For sure I get looks. But you want to know something weird? And I actually don't know for sure why this is. So obviously I'm live streaming, talking to my phone, basically looking like the people that I'm talking about who are on drugs talking to themselves. I probably look like one of those people. But for some reason, when I'm live streaming, it doesn't really bother me that much, and I'm not that, socially awkward about it. Because in a way, I feel like I am talking to, a person, and I'm talking to you guys. So somehow in my head, it feels like, oh no, I'm not crazy talking to, my phone. I'm talking to people. So it doesn't feel so weird. But I definitely get socially awkward and don't like if there's people around watching me if I'm filming a video. It's no different. I'm just using my phone, but obviously, using my camera, there's obviously nobody on the other side of it, but I feel awkward then. Isn't that strange? It's the same thing. From the outside, it looks exactly the same, but I get self-conscious if it's a camera where there's not somebody on the other side. But when I'm live streaming, I guess I feel like, there's humans that I'm talking to, so it's not so weird, but I probably do look pretty strange, so, whatever. So this is the street for the C train. This is where I will have to come back to get home tonight. But we are going to head down here to the riverfront. Jim Ross, 240 of your closest acquaintances. Exactly. I'm talking to so many people. There's basically a crowd of people following me around downtown Calgary is how I look at it, So, yeah. That dude was casing you. Yeah, I had a weird feeling about that guy. I kind of just stared at him in the eye, don't even think of trying anything. Let's see here. Robert asks, is there an underground subway in Calgary? No, there is not. The C train is all we have as far as a train goes. Why is this? This is weird. I don't remember it having lights like this before. There's no green light or anything. Strange. But see, okay, so look at this. Next to nobody on the streets here. So in a way, I don't like that. I don't like actually when places are too empty, because in a way it does, actually make it more dangerous when there's not as many people around. Or at least that's my assumption. So let's try and get to the river, and hopefully there'll be a lot of people there. Oh, that's true, Isaac. Yes, actually, the C train does kind of sort of go underground in certain spots. So it is kind of sort of metro. Can I just cross? I'm going to jaywalk, whatever. There's nobody coming. Yeah, see, look at the streets. It's so quiet. Basically, after 6 p.m. Like even Subway, like Subway's closed.
It's all because they know. Like, it makes me laugh.
Actually, I haven't walked down this street in a long time. I remember walking down here with my dad, actually. He hadn't been to Calgary in a long time, so he came to visit last year, and I took him for a tour of downtown. Nice elephant. All right. I don't know what that is. Rooftop? Does anybody know what that is? It's on top of TD Bank. Kind of weird. Rooftop nightclub, huh? Jesus. How's the traffic this bad? Oh, I guess they have some kind of construction there. Huh. I don't know, can I go around or is it not safe? I don't know. All right, there we go. I'm gonna see. I don't want to promise anything for sure because I don't know how interesting it will be. But I was thinking that me and Lane will be on that trip to BC the first week of July. And I don't know what Golden is like. Like, I know it's a small town, but maybe I could actually do a live stream from Golden as my next live stream. What do you guys think? 1 second. Some weird stuff happening. What do you guys think? Has anybody been to Golden? Is it interesting? Is it worthy of a live stream? Because, of course, I'll do another one from Calgary, but I'd like to do one, you know, from some other destinations as well. So maybe that will be our next live stream. Got the Westin here. What the hell? Even Starbucks is closed. That's so crazy, isn't it? Like, it's so early for these like chains to close, and in the downtown part of the city. Do they really not get enough business or something? It's so strange. Okay, it's good to hear you guys like Golden and had good experiences. I will try and do that. No, I will not be going to Vancouver this time around. You know, just too many great places to see in Canada. Can't unfortunately see them all every year, but I was grateful to spend 2 weeks in Vancouver last year. I don't think it's a holiday, is it? It's not a holiday today. Like, it's going to be Father's Day weekend, but that's no reason of why businesses would be closed tonight. I don't know what's going on. Very weird. But anyway. We are almost, I think, at the river area. And then, yeah, Canada Day is coming up soon, too. I'm gonna spend the day with my mom, and we'll have to see what all events they're planning here in Calgary. This walk is taking longer than I planned. It's almost been an hour and a half, but it's all right. I will. Oh no! Oh, I hope he's okay. Poor little kid. He's a champ, keeps going. Yeah, it's so quiet. So crazy. Yeah, definitely salute to all the firefighters working hard. They have had a very difficult season all across Canada, unfortunately. Ken says it's pretty dead for sure, but still better than downtown Edmonton. You know, I'll have to take your word for it. I haven't been to Edmonton in probably 15 years. I think the last time I went there was for a wedding. Yeah, I think that was the last time that I was there, and not even for that long. But before that, we'd actually go to Edmonton quite a bit with our school, because as some of you may know, I was in the band. I played the oboe, and we performed either in Calgary or in Edmonton, and we'd have like a band trip every year, sometimes Toronto, but that was expensive, obviously, coming from Saskatchewan. So usually we'd go to Edmonton or Calgary. And yeah, Edmonton was always fun because, you know, they take us to the West Edmonton Mall. We stay at the Fantasyland Hotel. What else? We went to the Spaghetti Factory, of course. That's kind of all I remember about Edmonton. I don't even remember really what their downtown looks like. I do hear that it's kind of sketchy, I think, you know, from what I've kind of heard, but I don't know for sure. Like I said, I haven't been there in a long time. Same with Winnipeg. Winnipeg, I think I went to when I was like a kid, and I really just haven't been back since to Manitoba really at all. I feel kind of bad because I keep skipping over Manitoba basically every single time I've come back to Canada, but I should make the effort to, you know, explore Manitoba sometime, because they do have, you know, some cool sites there as well. It just kind of hasn't come up in the last while. What the heck, sorry guys. All right, let's cross here. It's kind of freaking me out, guys. Like, where is everybody? I was not expecting it to be like this. But we are almost at the riverfront, so this is Eau Claire area. I think it's still overall under construction. As you guys can see, they still got like some gates and all that kind of stuff up, so still under construction. But the patios here are busy. Oh, pathway closed. Guess I'm gonna have to go around somehow. Let's see here. This is a nice area too, to be honest. Like, some, you know, there's a Joey's, there's a Good Earth, there's probably some kind of other chain over here. But see, like, if I had a choice of either living in this area, because, you know, it's by the river and it's right in downtown, or East Village, as I was saying, and, you know, having St. Patrick's Island, I'm going to wait for this car, I would rather live in East Village. I don't really love right down here because, as you guys are seeing, like, it's just really dead in certain areas, and a lot of it is under construction. At least with East Village, I think most of the construction is finished, and there's a lot of families that live down there. It's just a little bit more lively, and I don't know, it doesn't feel so dead. So I prefer that area by the river than this area. But during the day, this area is especially nice. I don't know what this is, some kind of sushi restaurant. Sumo lounge. Holy hell, all of this is closed. I don't remember it being all closed off the last time I was down here. Can I even get to the river? Because usually I would go through here somehow. I don't even know if I can get around here without going another kilometer. What in the world? Looks empty like the early days of COVID. Yeah, it kind of does. What the hell? Yeah, no, that's all closed. I can't get through there. And then what? I have to go all the way around back here? Really, guys? Way to make it difficult. Or is the boardwalk shut down? I don't even know. I don't think I've really been down there this time around. Okay, well, I'll try and go around this corner, but if that's closed off, then I think this is probably as close as I'm gonna get, guys, but I'll give it a try. See if we can walk around. Yeah, and it's only 7:30. It's so crazy. On a Friday, and it's this quiet. And there's not even anybody like on their balconies. Like, look at that. I'm sure they pay enough money for renting down here, and you have this beautiful balcony. If I had a balcony like that, like, screw going to the pub and spending a premium on drinks. Just like invite your friends over and enjoy your balcony with some beverages. But there's like nobody here, literally on any of the balconies. Where is everybody? Okay, we can get through here. Great. Озерки says, так все на дачу уехали, шашлыки жрять. So in Russian, that says they all went out to, well, basically a translation of like the country house. They are eating shashliks. Yes, that is probably what they are doing. There's some people down here, so that's nice. So let's see here. Oh, wow, but see, I think, is this all under construction, this whole path? Because usually you're able to like walk down here. But is it closed? Or do we have to go across here? Huh. Oh no, it's good. We can walk down here. Okay, this is great. This is good. Good, good, good. Now this is a little bit more lively. Doesn't look like some apocalyptic city like the downtown did. Jack asks, are liquor prices still crazy up there? I mean, I guess maybe compared to the States, yeah, we're probably a little bit more expensive. I wouldn't think we're that much more expensive. I actually think Canada's fairly reasonably priced with liquor, isn't it? Or at least, I think I say that because in Southeast Asia, it's outrageously overpriced. Probably Canada is overpriced compared to Europe. It certainly is. But I'm thinking compared to Southeast Asia, it's a steal of a deal here. So it all depends what you are comparing it to. So maybe we're a little bit more expensive than the States. I don't know. Somebody else can maybe know better. This is new. Somehow I don't remember them having this sort of deck out here. So this is Princess Island Park, guys. They have been doing a lot of work on this little island, and it does look really nice. Really great place to just relax. And yeah, I really like this this part of, yeah, downtown is really, really nice. But if I'm not mistaken, I think they are doing construction on the Peace Bridge, because some crazy person smashed all the glass on it, I think. If I remember that correctly, that was quite a while ago, but I think they're still, you know, redoing it, and redoing it in a way where somebody couldn't do that again, I think, which is just sad, you know, like any kind of vandalism to, you know, property, public property, like that's just wrong. Like they should definitely get jail time for that. Like that's not cool. That's taxpayers' dollars, and it's just a headache to have to reconstruct. Not okay. I'm trying to think, where should we end the live stream, because it is going to be quite a walk to get down there, and it's already past an hour and a half. And to be fully transparent, guys, I want to get home before it gets dark. Like, you know, I'm not saying that Calgary is dangerous, but you know, I try and take extra precautions, and I don't like going home by myself, especially on public transit when it's like dark out and I am going to be in stations where there's not a lot of people. So I just prefer to get home while it's still light out. So let me make it to the end of this bridge here, and we will finish things off here. Give you a view of the river here. Really nice. Yeah. True, Jim. It's not dark till 10:30 p.m. But you know how long it's going to take me to get home? It's going to take like an hour, hour and a half, because I have to switch multiple times to get back to my mom's place. So unfortunately, it is not a quick ride home for me. And my mom isn't actually feeling great, so she can't come and pick me up. Usually she would come and pick me up, but I told her to just stay home. So I will be on my own tonight. Oh my goodness. Oh, we are lucky. Look at this, guys. We got some baby Canada geese. That is the perfect way to end off today's live stream. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at them. How perfect. Go off, young grasshoppers slash geese. Aww. They are so sweet. So sweet. Adorable. Well, friends, I really want to say thank you to each and every one of you for coming out tonight. Thank you for coming to my first live stream of many here back in Canada. It has been basically a month-long break since my last live stream in Tokyo, so it's been great to chat with you guys. I really enjoyed this walk. Luckily, it didn't rain. So thank you all so much for coming out. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you to the moderators for helping out. And I hope you guys have a fabulous evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. And yeah, like I said, most likely my next live stream will be from Golden, BC. There's a kid that's really afraid of the geese. It's really cute. I mean, fair. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the live stream, and that means I will be seeing you in 3-ish weeks time, not 2 weeks time, but 3 weeks time. So I'll keep you updated, but sending you all lots of love, and keep being your own kind of beautiful. Bye guys.